Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to part 3 in our furniture series. So in part 1 we did this table, in part 2 we did the accompanying chairs, and yeah, now we're gonna make a cabinet, right? So we're gonna grab all of this, we're gonna hit Control H to hide it, and then we're gonna start with our cabinet. All right. Now I got a reference and it's something like this. And that's what we're going for, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, because my references are not ideal, to be honest. Let me see if I can improve on that a little bit. Yeah, it will work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the side panels, right? So we're going to grab a cube. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that up. We're going to push it in to, let's say, about there, right? Now we want to give it some detailing, so, and actually we're going to make it a bit thinner. That might be a bit better, yeah. All right, then we're going to go in here and we're going to hit Control E to extrude. We're going to tweak the offset. Let's do something like this. Then we're going to do G to repeat, W to push in. Like that. Then we're going to hit G to repeat. We're going to hit R to push in and down. Then we're going to G to repeat again, W to push out. And then we're going to go in here to edge. And we're going to bevel those edges. All right. Just so we have a panel. Then we're going to go and hit W to move it up. I want this to be a little raised up, right? Let's do this. And then we are going to copy this. Control D to duplicate. E to rotate, flip it around. Hit W, bring it over. Right? Maybe a bit further. Let's do that, yeah. Grab both. We're going to go and hit Control G. Then we're going to go to Modify and Center Pivot. Jump to our top. Hit W, hold on X, and snap. All right, cool. Now we need a thin plate in the back. So again, we'll take another cube. We'll hit R, we'll pull that out. Raise that up. And get it into place. So right click vertex, drag select, hit W, raise that up. Raise that up as well. Then we're going to grab the whole thing. We're going to hit R, we're going to push that out. Then we're going to have a closer look. Make sure that we're all good. Raise it up, tiny bit. That looks good. The bottom looks good. Then we are going to hit R and make it nice and thin. Hit W, push it in the back here like that. And that will be our back panel, right? Cool. Now we need a box for the bottom. We also need a floor in our cabinet, of course. So what we're going to do for that is we'll grab another cube. And we're going to scale it. Hit R, scale. Scale it out some more. Then we're going to jump to the top, hit 4. And we're going to get this into proportion. All right, I'm going to go to vertex mode. And this is going to be level like so. That's going to be sticking out a little bit. We're going to right click and we're going to go and make that a bit thinner. Hit W, raise that up. Like this. Then we're going to go to insert edge loop. Let's do 3. Q on the keyboard. Then we're going to go to face. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Control E to extrude. 0.1 maybe. 0.5. 0.5 is a bit better. Yep. Then we're going to take this and this and this and this. Control E. 0.5. And I think we'll call it a day, right? Okay, so that's good. All right, next we need something up here, right? So we're going to grab another cube. We're going to raise it up. Hit R, scale, flatten, pull down. Let's look at the overall dimensions. All right, so we need to scale it in that direction. Let's have a look. We want that to stick out a little bit. So that's good. It needs to come forward. Let's have a look from here. And it seems that I need to adjust that right there. So we'll do that in a second. Go to vertex, drag select, bring that in to about there. Let me get this sorted. There you go. All right. Now I want this to be beveled, so we're going to go and select these two. Control B to bevel. Let's do 2. We need section. That looks good. All right. Then we need to create a panel for the doors and the drawers, yeah. And for that, what we'll do is, we'll create a panel. That's what we'll do. All right. Scale that up. Either rotate, hold on J, flip it on side, hit W to pull that out. And I'm going to go to my attribute editor, set that to 1 by 1. So I have a bit more control over how I'm going to address this. Let's go to object mode, bring that in, bring that up. Raise it up a little bit more to right there. Then we're going to scale it out. Right click at vertex, drag select, hit W, push down. I think I'm good, but I'm going to check anyway. That looks good to me. All right. Now we need doors. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to insert edge loop. Let's do 2. Then we're going to select these 2, and I'm going to W, and I'm going to raise them up. 1, 2 bound there. Then I'm just going to grab that one to, let's say, about there. Maybe you bring them down just slightly like that. Then I'm going to insert edge loop again, and we'll do 2 in this direction. And we'll hit R, and we'll kind of push them out to about there. Insert edge loop again, 2. We'll push them together. And then we'll do insert edge loop one more time. We'll do 1. Hit W, push that down. All right, so now we have this. We can go in here. Oops. All good, yeah. I need one more line, looks like, yeah. Insert edge loop 1. I guess I either forgot it or I accidentally deleted it. Right there, that's good. Go to face and delete these 2. We're gonna make sure that we have ambient occlusion on so we can see what's going on. All right, that's cool. Now, if you're gonna have situations where the doors are open and you want this to have some thickness, that's no problem at all. Select the whole thing, Control E to extrude. 0.1, let's do a little bit more, 0.5. Maybe even more than that, 1.5. 1.5, okay, we'll do that. We're gonna grab it, we're gonna W, we're gonna push it back to about there. All right. Now, next up, we need doors and we need drawers, right? So we're gonna grab another cube. We're gonna raise that up, hit R, scale it out. We're gonna go and delete that top face. Then we're gonna try and make that fit. So let's push that down, hit W, move it over here, F to frame. Now this is gonna be the box that's gonna be fitting inside, right? So we need this to be a perfect fit. So I'm gonna bring it in with a little bit of space. And same with this end. And then that's gonna go down here. And that's gonna go up here. That should be good. Yep. Then we need to figure out the depth of it. We don't want it sticking out of the back, and it doesn't. So that's good. Now I want this to have some thickness. So we're gonna do extrude. I'll have to adjust it after. But that's okay. Because I gave it some more thickness, it kind of went a bit out and down as well. So that looks about right to me. Hit W, raise it up just a tiny bit. So we've got one of these, and we're gonna make that flush. What am I looking at here? All right, Control D to duplicate, move it over. That looks to be good. Then we're gonna make front plates. Now technically you don't have to model these if you're never gonna open it, but I guess you would want to, why not? So I'm gonna do that, right? Okay, so front panel, raise that up, hit R once again, scale it out, push it in, make it rectangular, make it a bit more narrow, push it up, push it out, scale it in. Let's have a look. So that's going to go in here, and I want it to be a bit bigger, of course. So we're going to scale it up a little bit, scale it in to about there. Hit W, push that in here. After frame, and let's see if I'm happy with that. That looks not too bad. This guy needs to be out a little bit. That one as well. Right, so this guy, hit 4 again. Looks good to me. All right. I want that front to be beveled, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hit bevel and leave it like that. Then we're going to Control D to duplicate, W to move over. And I'm going to move that over to, let's say here. Then I'm going to go to Mesh and Combine, modify center pivot, hit W, hold on X. And now I know that I'm perfectly centered, right? Now, the outsides are sticking out too much, I think. So I'm going to grab this and this, and we're going to hit R, and we're going to flare that in a little bit. Happy with that. All right. Now, what's next? We need to connect these. So let's hit W, push them in a little bit, go to Mesh and Separate. Then we're going to hit 4, and I want this and this to be combined. Mesh combine, and that to be combined. G to repeat last command. Hit 5 again. So now if you pull this out, right, you can actually have a look. So you can present it like this. It looks a lot better than just empty space, right? Now we need some knobs on here. So I'm going to grab a sphere. Rotate it. After frame. One more, yep. Then I'm going to jump to this view. Right click, go to face, drag, select, get rid of half. And then right click at the edge. Control E, W to move out. R to scale in, G to repeat, R to scale in, and W to move out. Let me do it in this view. It's a little bit easier, right? So G to repeat, R to scale in one more time, and then G to repeat and W to push out. Get something looking like this. Might want to squish it a little bit. That's fine. Then we're gonna flip this around. Hit W, bring them in. All right. And then that should be the middle. Control D. And that should be the middle. But I want to check that. And this one is a little bit too far. That looks to be the middle to me. Right. We have to bring them in, of course. This and this should be combined. Mesh combine. This and this. G to repeat. That one's preview smooth, so I don't want that. Mesh and smooth. What am I doing? Mesh and combine. Brain fart, sorry. Mesh combine, there you go. Right, so we got these. Now, let's put these in here for a minute so they're not getting in the way. Looks pretty equal. Okay, so now we need doors. So door panels are not that difficult. We're just gonna grab another cube. We're gonna raise it up, hit R, scale it out, scale it up, scale it out some more, push it in, make it nice and thin, pull it out here, get the approximate dimension. And we want these to have the same dimensions as these guys up there, of course. Like that. Then we're going to bring this up to about there. That's going to go to about there. That's good. All right, we're gonna go and make it a bit thinner, not too much, because I want that little panel on it, a little bit. So we're gonna go to face, Control E to extrude, tweak the offset, hit G to repeat, W to push in, G to repeat, R to scale, scale in like this, scale in like this. G to repeat, W to push out. And then take the edges and bevel them. And yeah, looks pretty good. These are, I'm trying to think whether I should bring them in or not. That actually looks pretty good. All right. So we're going to go and take one of these. That looks good. Needs to be brought in from here. Like that. Let's go to mesh and separate. Control D to duplicate, W, bring that down, bring that over, F to frame. Why is that at an angle? No idea. Probably because this one is, my bad. That one is too, most likely. I do apologize. Modify center pivot. Control D to duplicate, W, move. All right, get rid of this one. Control D to duplicate, W to move down. Let's move that over here. All right, take this and this, mesh and combine, then grab that and go to mesh and mirror. And I don't want cut geometry on. There you go. So we got that. And then we're going to go to mesh and separate. This will be combined. Mesh, combine. That will be combined. That will be combined. And that will be combined. There you go. So that's the bottom part. Now we need to have something similar at the top, and we can do a little bit of quote-unquote cheating with that. What we're going to do is we're going to grab this, this, and this, and the panel in the middle, and this, and we're going to Control D to duplicate, W to raise up. Let's have a look. All right, now we don't need this, so we're gonna grab this, we're gonna sit it on here like so, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna push it back a little, right? So let's see how we're gonna do that. I think we are going to, where are we at? Right here. Yeah, I think we're gonna move the pivot point. So hit the insert key, hold down X, and snap the pivot point back there. Then we're gonna hit R. And it's tweaking parts. That makes sense because it's not one thing, but that's fine. This saves me a lot of time, so that's good. So we're gonna go and grab this, we're gonna W, we're gonna push it back so it's aligned. Do we need to trim it? No, I don't think so. This guy right here, I think what we'll do instead of this is we'll do shelves, right? That's more appropriate for the style, I think. So we'll do some shelves, and I can use this for that. Can I? Yeah. So we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to hit W. We're going to raise that up. Then we're going to tweak it so it fits in between. F to frame. Hit R, scale that in. And then we're going to right click our vertex, drag select, hit W and connect. And connect. Then the back seems to be okay. We're going to grab the front, we're going to push that in. We want it to be in here. Let's see how far, maybe this. And thickness wise, it's a bit thick. So we're going to push it down a little. Then we're going to Control D to duplicate. We're going to move it up to about there. We're going to hit Shift D. And now that we have these three, we're going to adjust the spacing until it looks appropriate, right? Okay. So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these. Actually, we're not. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a sphere, like so. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale it up, hit W, push it down. And I want these to be my feet. But we're going to go in here to face. I'm going to grab, let's say, this part. And this part. Then we're going to go to Edge, double click, and we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Poke. That's not what I want. Edit Mesh and Fill Hole, that's what I want. Now, we do have n-gons here. I don't want to make the video too long, but if you are going to texture this or animate this or deform this, don't do n-gons, right? What I can do here is go to Poke, which will fix that problem. So there you go. So we're gonna go double click, hit G to repeat. I'm sorry, fill the hole first, then select this. Excuse me. Then what am I doing? Poke, yep. And then what we'll do is we'll go to edge, double click, shift double click, and bevel, and we're good. Then we are going to position these and make them the correct size and whatnot, right? Now, size-wise, this looks good. I want it to kind of be centered underneath this. That looks good to me. Control D to duplicate. After frame, let's have a look. Is that centered? It is now. Grab them both. Control D to duplicate. W to move. And here we're gonna check the side, because I want this to be right there. All right, so we got this. So now we are going to grab all of it, minus this, 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 and let's see, is it the quickest way to do this, what I want? Actually, I'm going to do it different. This, and this, and this, 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 the back panel, and then all the stuff on top here. And we're going to go to mesh and combine. Then these two are sticking out too far, so we're going to pull that out. Modify center pivot, pull that out. Mesh and combine. Same here. And now let's see if they fit in here or whether they are too long. Yeah, they're too long, so I can adjust that a little bit. That one as well. Let's align them properly. Right-click vertex, drag select. Bring that into about there. Drag select. Bring that into about there, and we're all good. All right, so now we have one unit, right? And what you can do, if you like, is to combine units. I don't want to do that here, but if you like, you can grab all of this, hit Control D, move that over, and then you'll have multiple units hugging each other like this. Like I said, I don't want to do that here, but you can, right? So this is it. We're going to go to display and show all, so we can look at the proportions. Let's go and group this, because if I scale it down without grouping it, then everything will go nuts. We're gonna bring that down after frame. That's of course way too small, but I want my pivot point on the ground. So we're gonna hit W, we're gonna raise this up until it's on the ground. This should be on the ground as well. That's all good. So this guy's on the ground now. And again, Control G, hit the insert key, hold on X, and put that pivot right there. Hit the insert key again. Now we're going to hit R to scale, and we're going to bring this to the right proportions. Can be a little bit bigger, I would say. That looks to be about right. So let's hit W, let's push it back. And I think it's still a bit small. So we're going to hit R, and we're going to scale this. And the quickest way to do this is to grab a cube, right? And we're going to hit Control A. We're going to go in here, and let's see, I don't care about subdivision or height. We'll do 2. Will that work? Okay, no, we'll do it another way. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to Windows. We're going to go to Content Browser, and we're going to invite this standing guy into our scene. All right. Now he's obviously way too big. It doesn't matter. We're going to scale that way down. I want to have the appropriate height for this scene, right? So if you were standing next to a chair, I would say that would be about right. Looking at his knees would bend right here, so like this. So this looks to be the appropriate height for the chairs to sit. Maybe a little bit smaller. And then that cabinet looks fine as well, right? So let's put him in the scene, why not? So he's in here and he's doing his thing. And we got one of the chairs that's slightly rotated because he just said, oops, not that direction, because he just sat there a minute ago, whatnot, right? So there you go, we'll move him in. He's kind of at the chair. A little bit bigger, guys, a little bit bigger. Yep. And yeah, then we'll take one of these and we'll kind of pull that open. And we'll have one of the doors. And if we want to open that, we need to tweak the pivot. So let's hit Control I. That used to be a shortcut. It's not working anymore. Too bad. Right, we'll do it this way. So if I hit W, let's go to Modify, Center Pivot, hit the Insert key, and hit the Insert key again, hit E to rotate, and there you go. So this is what we would have so far. Alrighty. Well, yeah, that's it for this video. It took a little while, but yeah, a lot of different modeling techniques, and hopefully they were helpful. There are going to be more videos in this series, so make sure you don't miss out on them, right? Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.